And as adults, that is embarrassing. Like, embarrassing. Why are you the mean girl? You know, like sometimes you can just tell people did not outgrow that phase. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Maria, and I'm so glad that you get to join my vlog today. We don't have, well, actually, no, we have a lot to do today. I'm trying to not let it stress me out, which is why I did not want to say that we have a lot to do today. But I have a ton of dishes I need to do. I need to meal prep because I've literally been eating noodles and like fast food this whole week. It's bad. So I need to cook some healthy, good meals today. I'm going to church later on for confessions. And then, yeah, it's going to be, I hope it's just, I don't want to say that we have a lot to do because that is already stressing me out. I just want to do one thing at a time. And if I get through everything, great. If I don't, oh well. And then we have a little mini chat later on, maybe. We'll see. But don't you love these glasses? I feel like they look so cute. And they're prescription, mind you. Yeah. They're prescription, and I was like, I need to try something different. I do love putting on my contacts, obviously, but my right eye has just been acting up recently. I don't know what's happening. I'm like, girl, you're putting me through the ringer. So I'm gonna be wearing them for a few days until my right eye kind of heals a little bit. I think I have like a little, I don't know, wound on it or something like that. So anyways, enough with the banter. I'm gonna wash dishes and hopefully meal prep and hopefully feed myself because my kitchen is really dirty right now. It's not even funny. It's gross. So I need to clean it. I don't have any trash right now, which is amazing. So anyways, come hang out with me. But as I wait, I wanted to chat to you guys about friendships, right? Like I am hosting brunch tomorrow. Just a few like young adults my age for brunch from my church. And it recently got me thinking the dilemma of, I don't even know if it's a dilemma, I just love using that word, I feel like, but yeah, like I feel like there's a lot of people my age, young adults, college age, after college, post college, who, like, I have never been that person that struggled with friendships because as I've said before, like I grew up extroverted. And unfortunately that was used against me. Like I remember just feeling like because I'm extroverted there's something wrong with me, or people made it seem that way when I was a kid. But I never, for the majority of the time, I never cared. Sometimes I did, but for the majority of the time I never did, right? And so friendships all throughout like school, middle school, when I was growing up, high school were never an issue. Well, high school was a little different, but I still had friends in high school. And then college was the same way. Like I had friends, I was making friends. I had never been that person that had an issue going up to someone and literally starting a conversation. Like that was my go-to. I would just go up to a stranger, learn about them. I was always curious about people, and I still am, but I feel like now it's definitely not as much, right? And when I moved after college, I was not really interested in making new friends. If I'm being truly honest with you, I was like, well, I still have my old friends, even though we don't live in the same city anymore. Like I'm still communicating with them, talking with them, and community was not that important to me. I mean, it is important, right? But I feel like in the season that I'm in right now, the Lord is quite literally having to tell me, go out there and make community, because me staying in the house is not, it's really good for me. I like staying in my house, but long term, it's gonna be detrimental, right? And so tomorrow I'm hosting brunch, and I don't even know who is coming. I know one friend who is coming, and that's it. Like, I don't know. But the invitation is open, so I'm preparing for that right now, like kind of like brainstorming of what I'm gonna make. And that just got me thinking about the transition to having to make friends all over again, having to, don't even get me started on female friendships. I have female friends which I love, like I love those girls, and without them I don't know where I would be right now in my season with the Lord, in my season with just in general as a person, because they truly like help me be better, right? But I've also gone through my fair share of betrayal when it comes to friendships, and I'm not proud to say that when I was growing up, when I was younger, middle school, I was among that group of girls that was like a little mean and a little, and like now I understand that that girl at that time I was definitely hurting. Like there was a lot happening at home, and things I was just going through emotionally and mentally that made me mean, and I now regret that. I've like, repented of that, and I've talked to, and every time I think about it, I'm just like, I did not want to be that person. And every time I think about those situations where I was mean to other people, especially other girls, I regret it. I'm like, what was I doing, because I don't want to be that person. And yeah, I was young and in middle school, but it's still like I'm taking accountability of that. But now as an adult, I have friends, right? Like I have friends, and we talk, we hang out often. But I wanted to come on here and talk about the person who is in a position, which I feel like the Lord just like wants me to talk about this, I don't know, but the person who is in a position where you don't have friends, you don't have community, you have been tainted by people who have just been mean to you, maybe like mean friend groups, or mean situations where you felt like you were excluded or just like not fitting in anywhere. I understand, kind of, because I've been in those situations. There have not been a lot, but I have been in situations where I was definitely the odd man out. I was definitely the new person, or the new girl, the new student, or whatever. I was definitely the one new in the community. And even though that has not been a majority of the time in my story, it has happened. And what I want to say is that people always say, find your friend group, find your friends, find your people, put yourself out there. But that is hard. Like no one talks about, like, that is hard. No one just wakes up one day and is like, okay, this is the day I'm gonna make friends, this is the day I'm gonna do that. It does not come that easy. And as someone who has been through that, again, it has not put me, I think, in places mentally and emotionally where some people unfortunately have gone. Like it has not made me suicidal, it has not made me so depressed because I don't have friends. Like I'm privileged that I have a temperament that will not allow me to go there. Like, you don't want to be my friend, cool. Like I don't dwell on that too long, but I also know that there are people who are not like me who will be affected by that on a very deep and emotional level, especially if you have like really like painful experiences in your life where that is just a trigger. I'm speaking to that person, and I just want to let you know that it is okay to be alone. Now, I am not saying that it is okay to be alone forever. We all need seasons where being alone is what's best for us in that season. But do not stay there for too long, right? Like there is a both can be true at the same time, that I can be alone and enjoy my alone time and enjoy my silence and enjoy my solitude, and I need community and I need friends. So how are we gonna get there? And to that person, I would say, become your friend first. Find out who you are. Become your friend first. Find out the things you like about yourself, the things you would like in a friend, right? Become your friend first. And I think that's what we're always missing in this advice of you have to go out there and make friends and meet people, which is all true. I'm not gonna sit here and say that people are gonna find you in your house, because if that was the case, none of us would have to like go out and seek out community. But before you do that, because I feel like it's also detrimental to just throw yourself in those situations, all in the name of like, I'm looking for community. At least for me, it has kind of been traumatizing for me. Like, because I am that person who like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna seek this out. I'm gonna talk to that person. I'm gonna be extroverted. I'm gonna like, seek that person out, join this friend group, join that Bible study. Sometimes I've overdone it to where I have been emotionally exhausted and worn out and burnt out, where it's not healthy. So start small, and I would just say that like learning who you are literally comes with a lot of benefits, not just like learning how to spot your people, because once you learn who you are and what you like and what you don't like and who you are as a person, what your journey is about, what your purpose and calling is, you are more able to spot who is for you and who is not for you. And that discernment will grow as you like start on that journey. But I just want to tell that person who is struggling right now with friendships, especially as women, like that mean girl energy, I'm so glad mine ended in middle school. I would just say that. The mean girl energy right now, I just can't do it. I'm just like, guys, I was still in middle school. Like, no, that's so immature. And I can say that because I was a girl at some point. So the mean girl energy of like, I hate cliques. I've always hated cliques. Friend groups who you can just tell there's something off. Maybe like part of the reason why I was also made in middle school is because I was surrounded by cliques. Like all around me were just cliques and friend groups and like whatever, and nothing wrong with that. But all I'm just saying is that, why are my glasses crooked? All I'm saying is like sometimes that is not healthy. That is not healthy and conducive to the person or the people we want to become in the future. And as adults, that is embarrassing. Like embarrassing. Why are you the mean girl? Like sometimes you can just tell people they not outgrow that phase and they're still holding on to that identity. Like, I'm just gonna say it, that is not good. Like that is very immature, and unfortunately the people that are always not fitting in situations are always the one who are able to spot the mean girl and to spot that friend group that they're not gonna fit in. I don't know if that is helpful to someone, but sit down and find out who you are, become who you are, and then be okay with meeting people or not meeting people. It's the same thing with dating. I have to be okay with the idea of being single for the rest of my life. I have to be okay with that. If I'm not okay with that, then maybe I'm a little attached to the idea of marriage. Maybe I'm idolizing marriage. Because at the end of the day, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Marriage is not guaranteed. Friendships are not guaranteed. Companionship with a person, whether it's platonic or romantic, is not guaranteed. So you might as well sit down and learn about yourself, because at the end of the day, you are the only person who's going to have you for the rest of your life. That body of yours, you're going to be in that body for the rest of your life. You're gonna have that brain for the rest of your life. You're gonna have those experiences for the rest of, like own your story, own your journey. Like sit down and accept yourself. Seeking out other people is good, but do it when you're finally in a position to say, I am healed enough to go and like seek out these friendships, because whether they accept me or not, I'm okay. Like that will not wreck me, is what I'm trying to say. Like, yeah. Anyways, I hope that helps someone out there. And I was thinking about that when I was cleaning, just the idea of companionship, because none of us want to do this life alone. It's stressful. But even with that, I have to be okay with the idea of never finding my person or never finding people who are necessarily my people. So I am not promoting you to be alone and a loner, because I don't think that's healthy. But I'm also not promoting throwing yourself in situations that you know are not healthy for you, but because you have that rejection and abandonment wound, you're going to jump at it at any point to satisfy and fill that void. Yeah, so I understand the dilemma and the void of just not having your people with you. I empathize with that, but I also would like you to know that you are your friend. If you don't feel like you're your friend first, then maybe we need to work on that. So anyways, I'm gonna go eat my food and go to confession and come back and do my hair, because as you can see, we're having problems. Actually, no, we're not having problems. I just washed it and did not feel like blow drying it immediately. So yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye.